did to Charlie Woods wasn't just surprising. It stunned fans, shook the rankings, and flipped the spotlight in a way that has the entire golf world asking, did we just witness the next big rivalry? Two teenagers, two surnames that carry weight, legacy, and expectation, but for very different reasons. Charlie Woods, son of the one and only Tiger Woods, was born into the fairway spotlight. Every swing, every tee shot, every appearance has been tracked, critiqued, and replayed. He's not just a golfer, he's the heir to a kingdom, carrying the hopes of fans who watched his father change the sport forever. Kai Trump, on the other hand, came up quieter. A steady presence on the junior circuit, yes, but not one many expected to rise to this level, this fast. She's the daughter of Vanessa Trump and granddaughter of the 45th President of the United States. While her last name garners attention, nobody in the golf world was quite ready for what she'd bring to the table. Until now. Both Charlie and Kai walked the same school halls at the Benjamin School, a prestigious private academy tucked in the heart of Palm Beach County, Florida. It's here in sunlit practice greens and weight rooms that two of the most talked about juniors in America quietly train, unknowingly building toward a moment that would shake the foundations of junior golf. The battleground? The Sage Valley Junior Invitational. Not just another tournament, but the tournament. Often referred to as the Masters for Juniors, Sage Valley isn't for everyone. It's exclusive, elite, and brutally competitive. The names on the leaderboard don't just represent high school students. They represent the future of professional golf. And this year, Sage Valley had a new electricity in the air. With Kai and Charlie both in the field, the cameras were rolling, the press was circling, and whispers filled the trees like Georgia wind. Some came to see Charlie dominate. Nobody came expecting Kai to steal the story. But what unfolded over 3 days at Sage Valley wasn't just a surprise. It was a moment. One that flipped expectations, sparked headlines, and left fans stunned. Because behind the fairways and flagsticks, something unexpected happened. Something that no one, not even the most seasoned analysts could have predicted. What Kai Trump did at that tournament changed everything. And by the time it was over, the world wasn't just talking about Charlie Woods anymore. Golf doesn't forget greatness, and it doesn't let you quietly carry the legendary last name either, especially when that name is Woods. Charlie Woods stepped onto the Sage Valley fairways not just as a junior golfer, but as a symbol of expectation. The son of Tiger Woods, perhaps the most dominant player the game has ever seen, doesn't get the luxury of flying under the radar. From the first time he picked up a club, Charlie's swings were broadcast, his putting strokes studied, and his potential endlessly debated. And why wouldn't it be? He's shown glimpses of brilliance far beyond his years. His fluid swing, his poise under pressure, his ability to lock in mentally when it counts. He's played beside his father in the PNC Championship, holding his own under a global spotlight, all while barely into his teens. Charlie Woods isn't just a junior, he's a legacy in motion. But legacies can be heavy. Charlie entered the Sage Valley Junior Invitational as a ranked competitor in the American Junior Golf Association, AJGA, drawing eyes from every corner of the sport. As Golf Monthly noted, this wasn't his first rodeo. He's been tested before, and at Sage Valley, fans expected another polished performance, maybe even a win. But across the field, another name was beginning to spark interest, one that didn't come with decades of golf baggage, at least not in the traditional sense. Kai Trump, granddaughter of Donald Trump, wasn't known as a golf prodigy. She didn't grow up in front of ESPN cameras. She didn't play with a 15-time major champion on national television. But what she did have was hunger, discipline, and now the chance to change her own narrative. Until recently, Kai flew under the radar, quietly improving, quietly climbing. According to Yahoo Sports, her appearance at Sage Valley was her highest profile tournament yet, and the chance to make a mark against the best in junior golf. The same Golf Monthly article that spotlighted Charlie's climb also noted the unexpected rise in Kai's AJGA ranking, despite her final result. That wasn't luck, it was earned through grit and through simply being in the arena when few thought she belonged. The pressure was real, just not the same. For Charlie, the pressure was to live up to history. For Kai, It was to escape the shadow of her name and build her own path. One carried the crown, the other carried the question mark. In Sage Valley, it was more than just a tournament. It was a proving ground. Here, every swing carried meaning. Every putt was a declaration. For one, it was about living up to a legacy. For the other, it was about finally stepping into the spotlight. But neither of them knew what was about to unfold next, because the shot that stunned the crowd wasn't Charlie's. It was Kai's. You could feel it in the air, the tension, the stillness, the sense that something bigger than golf was unfolding beneath the Georgia sun. Sage Valley wasn't just hosting a tournament that weekend, it was hosting a moment. And no one, not the analysts, not the fans, not even the players, saw it coming, especially not from Kai Trump. The stage was ruthless. Sage Valley Golf Club is known for its undulating greens, its punishing fairways, and its Augusta-like aura. A place where pressure exposes weakness and only the strongest walk away with their heads held high. For a young player stepping onto this course for the first time, the stakes are more than just strokes. They're emotional, mental, even spiritual. Charlie Woods, he held his own. Yahoo Sports confirmed he finished tied for 25th in a crowded, hyper-talented field. Solid, steady, expected. He showed control, especially on the back nine, and did what most assumed he would do, prove he belongs. But the real story, the one whispered by stunned fans behind the ropes, belonged to Kai. It wasn't about a winning scorecard. It wasn't a highlight reel full of eagles or holeouts. It was something quieter, something harder, something more real. Kai Trump finished last, but somehow she rose. As Golf Monthly pointed out in their post-tournament analysis, despite her final placement at the bottom of the leaderboard, Kai's AJGA ranking jumped significantly. Why? Because of who she was up against. The elite of the elite, the best junior players in the country, the future of golf. The Palm Beach Post echoed that surprise, noting that while the leaderboard might have told one story, the ranking system told another. This was a breakout, and that's the twist that stunned everyone. In a tournament known to chew up and spit out newcomers, Kai Trump didn't fold. She didn't quit. She showed up, stayed locked in, and played through every single hole, even when the numbers weren't in her favor. That kind of resilience, you can't coach it. You either have it or you don't. She had it. The pressure? Immense. The expectations? Low. And yet, when the scorecards were finalized, the takeaway wasn't about her rank. It was about her resolve. Charlie Woods came to confirm the hype. Kai Trump came to change the narrative. She didn't need a trophy to make noise. Her growth in the AJGA standings, her name now etched into conversation with the sport's future elite, did all the talking. She left Sage Valley with more than experience. She left with respect. Because in a tournament where stars were expected to shine, Kai Trump created a moment. And everyone noticed. The scorecards were signed, the trophies were handed out. Sage Valley was quiet again. But the noise had only just begun. In the hours following the final round, a single question began trending across social media, echoing through golf forums and group chats like a shot off the flagstick. Who is Kai Trump? The daughter of Vanessa Trump, the granddaughter of a former U.S. president. But this time it wasn't about politics or headlines. It was about golf and grit. Her name exploded online. Tweets, TikToks, Instagram Reels, all buzzing with surprise, praise, and curiosity. Kai Trump didn't win, but she won over the crowd. Her ranking jump, despite finishing last, became a viral moment in itself. Even fans who tuned in only to watch Charlie Woods suddenly found themselves rewinding clips, double-checking her stats, wondering how they missed what was unfolding right in front of them. And the media? They took notice. Fast. CBS, Golf Digest, Newsweek, outlets that had historically focused on the Tiger Charlie storyline, were now running headlines with a new twist. It wasn't just Woods' show's promise, it was Trump's surprises field. Suddenly, Sage Valley wasn't a one-name show. Even The Sun weighed in, noting that Vanessa Trump herself publicly acknowledged her daughter's achievement. Her repost of Kai's tournament highlights on social media, paired with a simple but proud caption, set the tone. This wasn't just a mom supporting her kid. It was a mother witnessing her daughter break through a barrier. and maybe, just maybe, the beginning of something much bigger. Coaches in the junior circuit started whispering what fans were already thinking. Kai showed more than talent. She showed mental steel. Former pros praised her willingness to grind it out through a difficult round, her refusal to check out even when the leaderboard turned red. One analyst on a golf podcast put it plainly, "That's the kind of toughness you can't teach. That's a player you don't forget." And while Charlie Woods remained the draw, the prodigy everyone came to watch, it was Kai's composure, her unshakable attitude, and her unexpected rise in the AJGA rankings that flipped the script. Golf Digest even floated the idea that Sage Valley 2025 may have been a watershed moment for girls junior golf. Because what Kai Trump did wasn't just impressive, it was symbolic. She proved that names don't guarantee greatness, actions do. She reminded the world that in a sport built on patience, resilience, and quiet strength, sometimes the loudest statement is made without ever lifting a trophy. And just like that, the next generation of golf had a new name in the conversation. Kai Trump had arrived. The scoreboards have been cleared. The cameras packed up. Sage Valley's greens are quiet once more. But what's been set in motion can't be undone. Because now golf fans are asking a question nobody predicted heading into the weekend. Is Kai Trump a legitimate rival to Charlie Woods? Just a few days ago, that would have sounded like fantasy. Charlie was the headliner, the story, the heir to a throne. Kai? A footnote, a name some recognized from headlines unrelated to golf. But now, everything's different. Charlie's performance at Sage Valley was solid. No fireworks, no collapse, just calm consistency. A tie for 25th in a stacked field is no small feat. It's what we've come to expect from the son of Tiger. Poise, power, a quiet storm brewing. But Kai Trump did something else entirely, something unexpected. She reshaped the narrative. Despite finishing last on the scoreboard, she climbed the AJGA rankings. She battled through one of the toughest junior tournaments on the planet, surrounded by the best, and she earned her respect the hard way. That matters. That sticks. Now the dynamic has changed. This isn't just Charlie's stage anymore. The spotlight's splitting. And what's more, this may be the start of something bigger than just two names. Are we witnessing the birth of a new era rivalry in junior golf? Think about it. Both attend the Benjamin School. Both come from high-profile, highly scrutinized families. Both now stand on the edge of careers that could shape the future of the sport. But they couldn't be more different in how they arrived here. Charlie's been under the microscope from day one. Kai slipped in through the side door and may have just stolen the show. So what happens next? Well, it just so happens there are more.
The Texas heat is unforgiving, but it's nothing compared to the pressure building on the first tee. Charlie Woods, just 16 years old, steps into the spotlight at the U.S. Junior Amateur. And this isn't just another junior tournament, this is the proving ground. A packed gallery surrounds him. The cameras zoom in, phones out. Every swing is recorded, every move dissected. And just off the fairway, Tiger Woods. Stoic, silent, watching. His presence alone says everything. The GOAT, standing guard over his son's biggest moment yet. The media buildup has been relentless. NBC Sports and Golf Monthly ran stories all week hyping Charlie's run after his clutch playoff win in Coral Springs. A name to watch, they said. A player growing into his own game. He wasn't just riding the Woods legacy, he was forging his own identity. And make no mistake, this wasn't a charity invite. Charlie earned his spot. His AJGA win earlier in the year silenced doubters. His qualifying playoff birdie? Ice cold. So by the time he stepped onto the grass in Dallas, one thing was clear. This wasn't Tiger Woods' kid playing golf. This was Charlie Woods, the contender. But here's the thing. Golf doesn't care about your last name. It doesn't care who's watching. And under pressure, even legacies can crack. What happened next wasn't just a bad round, it was something no one, not even Tiger, could have predicted. The first tee shot sailed left, the second hole a double bogey, and by the time Charlie Woods made the turn at Trinity Forest, the wheels had already come off. His scorecard told a brutal story. 81 strokes, 11 over par, leaving him tied for 242nd out of 264 players. Let that sink in a tournament built for breakout stars, and Charlie found himself near the bottom of the board. On the front nine, things unraveled fast, plus 8 through 9 holes. Tee shots were wild, approaches short, and the short game, usually a strength, looked hesitant. Multiple double bogeys, including a disastrous 4-putt on the par 3 7th, erased any early momentum. The rhythm? Gone. Confidence? Shaken. Every swing looked like a guess. Every shot a reminder of just how brutal this game can be. And then came the back nine, a flicker of hope. A birdie on 11 clean drive, solid iron, 1 putt, a brief smile, then another birdie on 15. Was the tide turning? Nope. It faded as quickly as it arrived. A bogey on 16, a misread putt on 17, and a closing par on 18 that felt like a mercy, not a victory. But the scorecard wasn't the only thing speaking loud. Yahoo Sports described it best. Charlie walked slower, shoulders slouched, a step behind his playing partners. He looked up toward Tiger, then back down again. You could feel the weight, not just of the day, but of the expectations crushing in on him. It wasn't a meltdown. It wasn't a learning experience. It was a collapse. And with just 1 round left to play, the question shifted from, can he win, to, can he survive the cut? Emotion aside, the data paints a brutal picture of Charlie Woods' first round at the U.S. Junior Amateur, and it's one even his biggest supporters can't ignore. According to NBC Sports and WFAA, Charlie's performance placed him firmly in the bottom tier across nearly every key metric. Let's start with the basics. Fairways hit. Out of 14 possible, Charlie found just 4. That's a 28% fairway accuracy rate, far below the field average, and a nightmare for a course that punishes errant tee shots. It didn't get any better from there. His scrambling percentage, the ability to recover and save par when missing a green, was among the lowest of the day. Missed chips, tentative flops, and a few poor reads meant bogeys stacked up quickly. But the most damning stat of all? Putts per hole. 2.1. That may not sound catastrophic until you remember elite junior players at this level typically hover around 1.6. A half stroke per hole adds up fast over 18, and in Charlie's case, it added up to an 81. Then there were the 4 double bogeys. Not 1, not 2, 4. Every single one of them a momentum killer. Each time Charlie seemed ready to settle, he'd 3-putt, chunk a chip, or sail an approach. The short game, once considered his most mature asset, looked rattled under pressure. And here's where it gets tough. According to NBC projections, the match play cut line sits around +2 or +3. Charlie is +11, meaning he trails by 9 shots with just 1 round to go. Can he climb back? The math says no. But in golf, pride is everything, and right now he's playing for more than a cut. Because with every swing, that cut line didn't just slip away, it disappeared over the horizon. It was a moment that said everything without a single word spoken. As Charlie Woods walked up to the 10th tee, the cameras cut to a familiar silhouette in the crowd, Tiger Woods. Cap pulled low, arms crossed, and eyes locked in. No smile, no nod, no fist pump, just silence. AFP and Yahoo Sports captured the visual perfectly. This wasn't the proud, engaged Tiger we'd seen at PNC championships or junior tournaments past, where he'd kneel behind Charlie to read putts, whisper advice, offer encouragement after a tough hole. This Tiger looked like a statue, unmoving, unreadable, watching each shot like it carried the weight of the family name. It did. And Charlie saw it. Multiple times during the round after a flared drive, a pulled putt, a sloppy double. Charlie glanced toward the rope line, toward his dad, but Tiger never moved, not even a head tilt. Just a cold stare under that iconic Nike cap, and that silence, it roared. In past appearances, Tiger had been his son's caddy, coach, and hype man all in one. But now, on the biggest stage of Charlie's young career, he stood back. Was it by design to let Charlie fight his own battles? Or was Tiger feeling the weight too? Golf Monthly and WFAA both noted how unusual it was to see Tiger so visibly distant. Analysts speculated, was he frustrated? Was he shielding emotion? Was he allowing his son to grow? Or did he not know what to say in the face of a public collapse? And let's be clear, this wasn't just any round. This was a gut punch. The round every young golfer fears. And to have your father, the greatest to ever do it, watching silently from the sidelines? It wasn't anger. It wasn't disappointment. It was something deeper. And somehow, it said everything Charlie needed to hear. The scorecard doesn't lie. An 81 on day one, tied for 242nd out of 264. The projected cut line? At least 9 shots ahead. And now, all eyes are on round 2. Because for Charlie Woods, it's either perfection or packing up early. NBC Sports summed it up best. It's an uphill battle from here. No sugarcoating, no optimism, just cold reality. To have any hope of reaching match play, Charlie will need a near-flawless round mentally and mechanically. That means controlling nerves, hitting fairways, sinking putts, and silencing the noise. All of it. And here's the thing,